Well, good morning from sunny blue sky Bangkok, which is a welcome change. So today I'm going to be doing another Q&A video as promised, but this one's going to be a little different. I've been sending some great questions and there's some really interesting topics that I want to dive into. So let's get right into it. Thank you to everyone that's sending questions through my community tab and also through Instagram. There's been some great questions, and for this I'm going to do a combination of some rapid fire answers and really dive into some of the more interesting questions that are worth discussing. So first up, what is your dream destination in Thailand that you haven't yet been to? Koh Kud. It looks beautiful. Haven't been there. I will be going soon. Jesus. Spiky bush here just got me moving right along. How is your Thai coming along? Do you actively take lessons? I do not actively take lessons. My Thai level right now is basically survival. I'm fine for my day-to-day here. I can do everything I want. I can order food, I can go places, I can ask for directions, I can give directions, I can ask basic information. I can't have in-depth conversations or anything like that. When I lived in Korea, I was much better, to be honest. I could read and write, I could hold down decent conversations. I was pretty good. I got to the stage I could watch simple TV shows like dramas or whatever without the subtitles. I've since lost most of that. But unfortunately with Thai, there isn't the same urgency for me. Thai is also a really, really difficult language to learn with the tone. Korean is phonetic and there's no tone, so I could read any word and pronounce it perfectly and look it up and be able to learn words really easily that way. Whereas here with Thai, you can say the same word 5 different ways with the different tone and it has different meaning. Also, my girlfriend isn't Thai, so we speak English all the time. There's a few contributing factors. Honestly, no, my Thai isn't that great. I'm picking up things along the way, but in terms of day-to-day, I'm completely fine. I don't struggle with what I need to know. I would like to know the cost of living in other parts of Thailand and how to get around Bangkok quickly. How to get around Bangkok quickly, there is no answer. Probably motorbike or motorbike taxi is the quickest. Train is actually the quickest if there is a train station where you're going, but often there's parts of the city that there is no trains. Otherwise, a motorbike taxi is probably the best. I don't like taking motorbike taxis personally. Riding a bike in the city is quick, but it sucks. I don't enjoy that at all. So the answer is there is no great way to get around Bangkok. And for cost of living, I actually did a video recently about my budget when I moved out here and how much you can live on as a bare minimum here in Bangkok. And then if you factor in other parts of Thailand, that price will come down a little bit. I'll leave a link for that video down in the description. Let's do some quick ones. Do you need a ticket out of the country for when you're flying in here? Yes, you're supposed to have a ticket out. They don't always ask you, but if you're coming here on a tourist visa or visa on arrival, you are supposed to have a ticket out. Do you know of expats working US hours? Yeah, plenty of people do. Digital nomads will work US hours, so they'll be up late at night. My good friend Mark, who you would have seen in a few of my videos, he works Canadian time, but he works for a company in Canada and he works odd hours for us, but normal hours for there. Do you cook at home? I never cook. I never have. My girlfriend loves cooking and I love her cooking, so we actually do cook at home quite frequently. Which is a real surprise because for the first 2 years I lived here, I didn't use my kitchen apart from maybe cooking ramen. I don't even think I did that. I just order everything because it's so affordable here. It's cheaper to get food delivered or to eat out than it is to cook. Go figure. There's a question here. Looking for a place that looks like Japan here in Thailand. There is a place that's basically modeled exactly like a Japanese city. It's in Bang Sen. It's called Bang Sen Toshin, I think from memory, but check that out. That's a really cool place. If you're gonna go take photos of cars or something there, it looks awesome. How do the new visa and tax laws affect you? They don't. I'm on a long-term yearly visa that I renew each year. The new visa that's coming out, it's not out yet to the best of my knowledge. They're working on it. That's a great option for people looking to move out here. In terms of tax, it is a little bit complicated, but it's not as bad as you would think. I'm from Australia. Australia and Thailand have tax treaties. Most countries from the West and Thailand, we do have tax treaties. So you don't get double tax or anything like that. But get an accountant because it's a pain in the ass. Do you miss Korea? And there's a few questions about Korea. Am I planning to visit? Yes. I miss my friends the most. I don't know how to explain this. Korea is a really good memory for me, and it's somewhere that I loved and an amazing time of my life. If I was to go back now, everything would be quite different. I'm in a different place. My friends are in a different place. Back then, we were into partying and going out, and I mean, I'd still like to see all those friends, but my friends now have girlfriends or getting married or having kids. I've had a girlfriend for nearly a year, so we're all very different people. And if I went back, I think my life would be very different to what it was. I'm now very settled here. I have a life here. I'm very happy here. I have a girlfriend. I don't necessarily need to go. I'll go back to visit and go see all my friends and everything, but in terms of living, I'm very much settled here. Do you get along with other creators? There's no one I don't get along with. Everyone that I've met, I've really gotten along with. There is some people that I have absolutely no interest in meeting. We'll put it that way. But no, look, all the experiences and interactions I've had with other creators have all been really positive. Not a question. See you back to daily uploads. Keep it up. Yeah, so it's not quite daily. I've been doing every second day this month, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. But the reason behind it is when I have my brand deals, I've got 4 brand deals on this month. I typically just do 1 to 2. And I don't want my channel to become like an advertising platform where every video has an ad. As a viewer, personally, I hate when channels do that. So I'm trying to balance it out. This month, the 4 brands that I'm working with are brands that I really like and that I believe in. So I did want to take them all. They're a great earner for me. They're how I earn the majority of my money. But I think the fair thing to do as a creator is to, if I'm going to make more ads, put out more videos. So I'm still putting out, I think I'm going to put out at least 10 videos this month, ideally 12, maybe even towards 15. We'll see how long I can keep this up. But I think that's the fair thing to do if I want to do these brand deals, is to space them out in amongst regular videos. I'm also having fun making videos every second day. I used to do it every day, so the workload is fine and I am enjoying it. The challenge adding on from that is that we have no job security. If my channel was to disappear tomorrow for whatever reason, I lose the majority of my income. I have side hustles and stuff, but I would lose the majority of my income. So when I do get these opportunities, it is important to take them and to save and to plan for the future and plan for should the worst happen. Hopefully it doesn't. There are a couple of YouTube questions here that I'll hammer through really quickly. What editing software do you use? I personally use Final Cut Pro. They're all basically exactly the same. They all do the exact same things. If you're just starting out, I recommend using CapCut because it's free. Machiavelli asked, do you have any secret hacks for growing a YouTube channel? There are none. There are absolutely no secrets or shortcuts. If there were, I would have found them out and I'd have 1 million subscribers, but there's no replacement for hard work, make great videos, and continue to evolve. If you keep putting out the same content, it gets boring, it gets stale, people will stop watching. So just keep evolving. Don't listen to, you'll have people, companies reach out to you and say, I can increase your reach on YouTube, I can help with your marketing, blah, blah, blah. They're all full of shit. They will do dodgy things on the back end. Don't do it. There are no shortcuts. Hard work. Do you still feel it's possible to start a YouTube channel like yours, or is it oversaturated in Thailand? It is very saturated, but it's still, if you can come out here and make good videos and make something different. What the problem is, I see many people coming out here doing is making the same old videos. If I see one more, how much do you pay for rent here in Bangkok? Can I check out your condo? Like these, I can't stand these. Be original, come out here, do something different, and you will stand out. And that's the best way to progress. What are some up and coming channels in Thailand that you enjoy watching? My favorite at the moment, up and coming channel, is probably Mac TV. He makes great videos, really high quality. They're fun, they're enjoyable. I like his editing style. Yeah, check out Mac. Okay, great question here that I'll dive a little deeper into. Would you recommend moving to Bangkok with an online business or starting up a company there? That's a great question, and the answer is either, really. I do personally think the best idea would be to have a successful business and move out here, but the challenges are you need to have a successful business in the first place. What you can do, and what I did, is move out here. Because Thailand has a really cheap cost of living, I was able to move out here and live on $1,000 a month to get this business up off the ground and running. So if the challenge back home is that it's too expensive for you to live back home and you can't start your business and just earn a little bit of money, then Thailand is a great option for that, because you can come out here with the low cost of living. You don't need to be earning much, especially at the beginning. if you've got some savings and some capital that you bring out with you. I bought enough for me to last 6 months without making a cent, and thankfully within about 3 or 4 months I was earning money, and then I was able to build on that. Okay, fine question. Best thing to do in Bangkok that isn't a shopping mall, food market, or bar? By far my favorite thing to do, even above all of those things, is to go explore a local neighborhood, interact with some locals if you can. If you drink, then that's a great positive. If you can meet a bunch of guys, or if you see a bunch of guys drinking, go buy a Leo, is usually the beer that they drink. Go buy a Leo and just give it to them. And they'll often invite you to join, and you can sit and drink with them. These are some of the best experiences I've had here in Thailand, is chilling out with locals, exploring some local areas. They'll often introduce you to some great food from these small, they're really authentic, original experiences that you don't get walking down Sukhumvit Road. Interesting question. Your phone holder for your bike, you're not worried someone would jack your phone out of the holder? It never even crossed my mind here. I mean, that sort of street crime is very, very, very uncommon here. It almost never happens. I've never even considered that. I was just in Pattaya for 4 days, and I was riding my bike around everywhere there, and every time we'd go, if I park the bike and go have lunch, I leave the key in it. Most people leave the key in the bike. People don't steal things. I leave my helmet all the time. It's just something I don't worry about here. It's not like London where people snatch the phone out of people's hands as you're walking down the street. That's not really something you need to even worry about here. If you had unlimited money, what video would you make first? It would be I went to Japan and bought my dream car. I come back here with a white Honda NSX Targa top. Oof. Fun question. All right, let's get into a heavier question. What do we got here? What frustrates you the most about living in Thailand? The lack of freedom of speech, I think, is a real challenge. Like, the defamation laws here are really, really serious, and that can be challenging. I would love to not buy something that has a 5-star review that's a pile of crap, because that's happened to me so many times. I've bought stuff online because it has great reviews, and then you get it and it's junk. The defamation laws here are crazy. They're trying to throw someone in prison at the moment that left a 1-star review on a hotel or a restaurant or something. So you need to be careful of what you say. I would also like to go places and say, I don't recommend coming here, or this place is shit, or this food is shit, or whatever. And unfortunately, you just can't do that here. So on that, you can't trust online reviews of things either. So yeah, that's a little bit frustrating about here, but what do you do? Do you miss driving? Oh God, yeah. Do I ever? I'm actually going to be buying a car very soon. I'll announce a little bit more of that soon. I've got a couple of videos coming up talking about what I'm doing in the future. But I am going to be buying a car very soon. Unfortunately, it's not an MR2. I would love nothing more than to bring my MR2 here to Thailand, cruise down by the beach with the roof off. But no, I am going to be buying a car. It's most likely going to be a Hilux, so I can drive my bike around. I would love to have an MR2, but living here, it's just not practical. And they're really expensive here. What would you be doing if YouTube didn't work out? I would most likely be back in Korea, probably doing what I was doing before. I was doing acting work, some TV extra work, some modeling type work. There's quite a demand for foreigners over there, and I did quite well at that before. It pays well. It's a whole lot of fun. I would like to think I'm still making YouTube videos for fun because I was doing that before anyway. But I think if YouTube didn't work out and I didn't get so settled here so quickly, I'd probably be back in Korea now. And then there was a few questions about this. What's the hardest part about living in Thailand? Someone said don't mention the sidewalks. So it's not the sidewalks. I think the hardest part, or the most difficult part of living in Thailand as a foreigner, is that sometimes I feel like I'm being taken advantage of for being a foreigner. An example is I'm looking to move soon, which I'll share more details about. And I see online prices, and then as soon as I inquire, the price suddenly jumps up. And I see countless videos of people that have moved out here and they're showing off their apartments in those stupid TikTok videos, and like I know they're paying way too much for that place. So I have a good idea of what things are worth, especially living here during the pandemic when you get charged Thai prices for everything, and now there's the dual pricing sort of thing, and you do get that sense of being taken advantage of sometimes. Now I know an obvious answer to that is to learn Thai, but it really doesn't matter. Even if you're fluent in Thai, you're still going to be taken advantage of in these situations. And it doesn't matter how good my Thai gets, I'm never going to be able to discuss like rental agreements and things like that. That's a whole different level of Thai that would take a really long time to learn. So I think that's the biggest challenge living here as a foreigner. I have friends, and I even have a person that I'll pay from time to time to do negotiations and things for me. But that's something that also just really frustrates me. I hate the feeling of being taken advantage of, or the feeling of people are taking you for a ride just because you're a foreigner. Because in my mind, while I am a foreigner, I live here, I pay taxes, I contribute to the economy, I do everything that a Thai person does. So I want to be treated the same. Obviously, I'll never be treated perfectly the same, but you know, it's a frustration. And I think that's a common one amongst all expats living here. All right, we'll end with an interesting one. How do you see yourself living here long-term in Bangkok? And I'm actually not going to be living, I'm looking to move. I will announce all that probably in the next 2 weeks. I'll give a bit more information on that, a bit more clarity on that. I'm looking to move out of the city. The city is just, it's too intense, and it doesn't provide what I want anymore. So I will share that in the next couple of weeks, and that's going to be a really fun one to discuss, and it'll be a really fun journey. So thank you very much to everyone that sent in questions. There was some awesome ones. There was a few that I didn't get to, but I didn't want this video to go for like an hour. So I've saved a few that I'll do for next month, and I will keep doing these every single month. So thank you to everyone that contributed. As I said, lots of videos coming out this month, and actually probably next month too. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in a couple of days. This shit is what I'm talking about. It's midday on a, whatever day it is. Midday on a weekday. This traffic is just, I think it's Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, could be Thursday. It's all the same, it doesn't matter.